internet. I'm Brent.
This is PJ.
And this is the Home Video Hustle.
Hustle.
Now, I told y'all in this episode we're going to start a different little tradition. Since PJ has seen a lot of movies, he told y'all about that last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Once a month, every month, we're going to get him up to speed a little bit. And seeing as how he's never seen Star Wars, you gotta let that sink in for a quick second. I was like, okay, I'm going to get him into Star Wars. We're going to start at the original. Now, I know George Lucas wants you to watch him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so forth. But since these ones came out first, technically, we're going to start here. And because when I first saw them, these were the ones that were out. 1, 2, and 3 weren't out yet. So this episode, since we're going to dub this PJ's Never Seen. And since this is what we're doing here, I'm going to let PJ handle the majority of this right here.
Oh, boy.
You're going to take lead here, buddy.
Oh, boy.
But I'll get you started a little bit, though.
Okay.
My little introductions here.
Y'all seen Star Wars. Who needs a synopsis?
Well, just for the people like you that may not know. Star Wars came out in 1977, directed by George Lucas, starring Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, and Alec Guinness. And PJ, did you know that this movie cost $11 million to make?
No, I did not.
You know how much it made?
Hundreds of millions.
$775.4 million.
That's almost $1 billion for one movie.
This was big when it came out. As you just saw, for the 70s, this was some shit, man.
This was, it kind of, yeah.
And it was the highest grossing movie, of course, until E.T. came out.
Fucking E.T.
Now, if we was ever to do a Brent hasn't seen before, we could definitely do E.T. because I have never really wanted to watch E.T. before. Because even as a kid, I kind of was like, yeah, that's too kiddie. But you seen E.T.?
I have seen E.T.
You like it?
5 or 6 times.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so you can talk shit to me about that one.
It's kind of good.
One day that could be the revenge for me making you watch Star Wars.
E.T., I gotta be bigger than that.
Oh, shit. And also, Star Wars was one of the first movies to be added into the United States National Film Registry. You know what that means?
It's national.
Not exactly.
What does that mean?
Pretty much means they take the actual film stock and they put it into like a big ass library and they preserve it. So it's like it's forever preserved inside this building, so nothing can ever happen to it. There will always be a print of this movie stored somewhere.
There will always be a print of this movie.
Yeah. So it can never go away. And then I think in 2004 the damn soundtrack was added into the music part of it. So the movie and the soundtrack are both forever preserved in the United States Congress building.
Wow, this guy.
That's how much people love this movie, P. That's why it's so shocking that you had never seen this before.
I've seen one, okay? I've seen one Star Wars. But other than that, no, I have not seen any. Yep.
And even though I probably don't have to, we're going to keep the tradition going right here. If you were to rent this video at the video store or just pull it off your shelf because you probably got it at home.
What would they see?
You would see the Jedi Knights have been exterminated and the Empire rules the galaxy with an iron fist. A small group of rebels have dared to fight back by stealing the secret plans to the Empire's mightiest weapon, the Death Star battle station. The Emperor's most trusted servant, Darth Vader, must find the plans and locate the hidden rebel base. Princess Leia, a captive rebel leader, sends out a distress signal that is intercepted by a simple farm boy, Luke Skywalker. Seizing his destiny, Luke takes up the challenge to rescue the princess and help the rebellion overthrow the Empire. Along with such unforgettable allies as the wise ObiWan Kenobi, the cocky Han Solo, the loyal Chewbacca, and the droids R2-D2 and C-3PO.
That's all it says.
Would you rent that movie from the store if you saw that or read that?
Would I rent the movie from the store if I read that? No.
Really? No, I guess that's why you never seen it before.
No, I would not.
Okay. All right, before we get deep into it, I gotta mention this. These movies came out in 1977. Technology came a long way over the next 20 or so years since then.
Yes.
I'm not 100% sure, but it had to be 96 or 97. George Lucas pissed off a lot of people. He went and made quote-unquote special editions of the original 3 movies. So this, Empire, and Jedi. And they actually got released in theaters. So I've technically seen 2 of these movies at the movie theater. Haha.
You old bastard, you.
Like 5, 6 years old. But so it had to be, 96, 97. But he added a bunch of like CG stuff to the movies and then changed whole scenes around. And a lot of people hate these versions of this movie. And to this day, there has been like no real Blu-ray release of any of the original versions. They came out on DVD at one point as a bonus feature. They had re-released the original trilogy of movies, and on the second disc, I think it had like the laser disc print of the original versions of the movie, but they weren't even formatted for widescreen TV. So if you were to watch it here, it'd be like a fucking shoebox screen in the middle of the screen. Like, God, they get no love.
Yeah.
Because George Lucas wants you to watch this version. This is his preferred version.
That's good.
Not for everybody.
No.
A lot of people don't think that's good, P.
Well, this version that we just watched?
This is the special edition with all the added. Remember when
glitch?
The glitch?
The glitch?
What do you mean?
That I saw.
Oh, you talk Han Solo and Greedo. Yeah, we'll get into that. But yes, that was definitely added because that's one of the biggest things that people are pissed off about.
Okay.
Because like I told you during the movie, when you hear somebody say Han shot first or something, they're talking about that scene right there.
Damn.
So yeah, I just want to let you know, like, we're not technically watching the original versions of this movie, but this is pretty much, if you watch this on TV or anywhere, this is the version you'll see now.
That's crazy.
They do have, like, they call them the despecialized version. You can find them on like the dark areas of the internet if you know, you want to go
if
do
you're
that.
Into that type of thing.
Yeah, if you want to go seek those out. But I heard though that because Disney bought out Lucasfilm and all the Star Wars movies for like a couple $1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure down the line Disney will want to make some of that money and they'll release them fucking original versions because they know a lot of people are gonna buy them.
So how does that he grossed 700 million? He grossed 700 million.
Mm-hmm.
But he sold it.
He sold it years later though. He sold that shit had to be like 3 or 4 years ago.
So he still has those millions plus the billions that he
George Lucas is fucking rich, man. And then he owns Industrial Light and Magic, like the company that does like all the special effects and like the THX logo, like that's all him.
Yeah.
He did all that. So George Lucas will never in his life be broke. He's opening a damn Star Wars museum, I think, or George Lucas museum somewhere.
Wow. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Got super paid, and then the crazier thing about it is that of the original 3 movies, the one we watched today is the only one he directed. He didn't even direct the other 2. He just wrote them and stuff. Yeah.
And he still got paid?
Still got millions of dollars from him. Pimped it.
He...
Getting a clap for that.
Woo! Genius. You, my young old sir.
And then he got the movies, but then he got the video games.
Yeah.
Books, comics,
memorabilia,
TV show memorabilia.
Yes.
There was Star Wars cereal and everything at one point.
Yeah.
Cartoons on TV.
Yeah.
I used to watch those. TV movies, TV specials, holiday specials. We'll get back to that one eventually.
Holiday specials.
Yeah, I'm not telling you no more about that one. You'll find out.
Oh, shit.
Wait till Christmas.
Okay.
Christmas. Listen. Sorry about that.
Okay.
All right, so this is you, buddy. I'm gonna let you. I got the notes, but I'm gonna let you start it.
Okay.
I'll chime in when I need to, or when you need a note. I'm your lifeline. Whose line is not whose lines anyway? What the fuck am I talking about? I mean, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Damn, I had my shows completely messed up right there. But yeah, I'm your lifeline. So whenever you need me, so whenever you're ready, Slim, go on and do your thing.
Okay. From my recollection, this movie starts off.
Let me give you a hint.
Yes.
Title crawl.
Yes.
You gotta talk about the title crawl, man. That's iconic at this point.
Yes, it is. I remember that from it was some movie about dinosaurs or about something who had that exact. I know it's been used in everything, but that title.
It comes from like there were old movie serials back in the day, black and white. When you would go to the movie theater and before they would play like a little show and they'd be like, hey, come back to another movie next week and we'll tell you what happens and all that. And they would have a title scroll to refresh people on what happened. It was Flash Gordon was the little film. But yeah, he took that, so that was even old.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Okay, well, that title crawl basically set up the whole story,
the music too, the iconic music, man. Everybody, you ain't never seen Star Wars, you know that damn music.
Yeah. See, I didn't know that was Star Wars music until just now.
Man, that's so crazy to me.
Yeah, I know.
It's alright though. We got you good now though.
But yeah, it tells you goes ahead and tells you what's going on in this the setting of.
Do you remember what it told you?
Yeah, basically, what is his Darth Vader?
Yep.
Has taken over the fucking galaxies.
He's trying to. Well, I mean, yeah, pretty much for the most part. The Empire, not just Darth
Empire.
Vader.
There it goes. Yes, the Empire. And he has, I don't know how else to say this, but weapons of mass destruction. Like he's trying to fuck shit
Darth
up.
Vader has the WMDs.
He has something that can fuck up any and every
the
Empire.
Death Star.
The Death Star. Is that the real name?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he has the Death Star.
Enough power to destroy an entire planet.
And Princess Leia.
Yep.
Is captured.
Yep.
And she's the only one that can save him or do anything about it.
Okay, I'm cutting in here, P.
Okay. Was that not?
A group of rebels off screen, they don't show it in this movie. They stole plans to the Death Star. You'll find out more about that in the movie Rogue One. It came out last year. They showed that whole story, but they got Princess Leia has the plans. She stores them into R2D2, the R2 unit. She shoots the. I'm talking about this like people don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but I'm sorry. Shoots R2D2 and C-3PO off into an escape pod. They land on Tatooine. Darth Vader swoops her up and is like, where the plans at? And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. So take her back to the Death Star. There you go.
I remember that happening.
Oh, this is gonna be a long show right here.
This is. it was a long movie. Like it was only bits and pieces like really jumped out at me during this.
Well, I mean, the beginning is a lot of setup, so it's just a lot of talking and everything. I give you that.
Yeah.
But once it really kicks in, it's like it keeps going at that point.
So the Star Troopers, yeah. Well, okay.
Did you say Star? Did you say Star Troopers?
Yeah, I didn't mean Star Troopers. I meant Stormtroopers. But. After they never named the planets, did they?
Yeah, they did.
Where they were.
Yeah, they named them.
Where was he sent to? Where were the
Tatooine?
Huh?
Tatooine.
Tatooine.
Yeah, Tatooine.
That sounds like tattooing.
Oh my god!
Like the getaway of saying
love
tattooing.
I love outsider view on Star Wars. This is the best. This is a fun podcast. Tatooine, yes.
Tatooine.
Yes.
Okay.
Desert planet, yeah.
Yes, the desert planet. Planets. The desert planets. Tatooine.
This is the best. I love this.
Okay. So they're there.
We're still on my first note point.
Damn.
I love that.
Like, see, that's what I don't.
Just I tell you, whenever you need me to tag in, just shoot the tag, man.
Yeah. Just say.
R2D2 and C-3PO land on Tatooine. They get into like a little argument about which way to go, so they split up. And C-3PO sees like in the distance somebody's coming. He's like, "Hey, a transport." And he's like, "Hey, over here." And then they cut. And then R2D2, riding around like fucking caves or caverns or something. Some fucking Jawas, the little dudes that had the hoodies on that was doing all the weird noises. They smoked R2D2 like a little taser or something, incapacitated him. And kidnapped him basically to go sell him because they're like junkers. They're called Jawas, but they're like junkers. They go around scrapping and making money and shit. They're like the dudes around the hood that drive around with a car full of scrap and shit in the back to go sell.
Yeah, right. Always got the metal in there that never have any money.
Grandpa couldn't fuck with my droids, Grandpa.
Okay.
I get $2 for all this scrap, baby.
$5 if I'm lucky on a good day.
What you got right there? Give me that R2 money.
I did that for real and got $2.73.
Really? How much scraps you had?
I had 3 big bags of
They only got that
aluminum cans.
Okay.
Yeah, I saved for like 2.5 years.
God.
Yeah.
And that's all you got?
That was all I got.
To hell with that.
Yeah, I was pretty upset.
I'd be fucking furious, bro. I'm like, man, motherfucker yoke about a shirt collar. You gonna be like, you don't give me this $5 for this.
Or you can donate it. I was like, nah.
You might donate.
Yeah, that's what I said. Nah, just give me the 2. It's okay. Anyway.
Yeah, that made me mad just now. Keep going.
Back to the previous schedule plan. Tag.
Oh my god, okay.
Yeah, I can't. The beginning is just a blur. Like, I remember it as you say it. I just can't.
That's cool. I got you. But, yeah, they capture the droids. They used to be introduced to Luke Skywalker and his uncle. They're out there looking through all the droids trying to buy one. They end up swooping C-3PO and this other droid. But then it fucking explodes or something. And then he's like, hey, R2 kind of cool, man. We've been down for a while. I want you, bring him with us. So he's like, all right, how much for that one? He's like, oh, whatever. So they swoop R2-D2 and C-3PO. That scene's over.
See, that scene actually confused me because I didn't understand. I know they got. I guess I thought they already knew each other, or they.
Who knew each other?
The two. Robots
they did.
And Luke.
Oh no.
Yeah, I thought they all.
Nah, this is where they're all introduced.
Each other. So I was. But okay. Well, that shed some light.
You remember what happened after that?
Nope.
All right, I'll continue this match then. Luke Skywalker, and he goes and takes R2 and C-3PO, goes in there to try and clean them off, and he's like fucking scrubbing R2-D2, and he's like, hey, you got something jammed in here real good. And then that's when the message pops up. The ObiWan Kenobi, help me, you're my only hope.
Yes. I remember that. I do remember that. And then from there, like all right, I'm gonna tell you right now. From there, that part right there.
Okay, yeah,
I just remember the next part. I remember is him trying to find out who Obi-Wan Kenobi is.
Okay, I was like,
there
come on,
goes.
there you go.
Who Obi-Wan Kenobi is.
All right, well, that ain't too far from here. So, for the sake of everybody that has seen this movie hundreds of times, I'll breeze to the part that you know. So, after that scene, he goes to talk to his uncle, tells him about, there's a message on here, about Ben Kenobi. And Uncle's like, yeah, he's some old, like, little fucker in the desert. Leave him alone. Go take the droids down there, get their memory wiped, and that'll be the end of it. So Luke comes back, and he looking in the room with the droids, where he's like, hey, where R2 going? C-3PO's like, oh, I told him not to go, man. He ran away. I told him he shouldn't have did that. So he's like, okay, in the morning, we'll go look for him. In the morning, they go off and look for him. And they ended up getting hit up by the fucking Tusken Raiders, or the Sand People, which they don't like calling them that much now, I think.
Why?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I was about to say, really, man.
Yeah. Got it.
Might not be that politically correct nowadays. So they're Tusken Raiders, or and you probably don't know this. Or if you play the PlayStation 1 game Star Wars Masters of Terras-Kazi, you know what they call the Tusken Raider in that game?
Is it? Nope.
You'll never guess because it's the best.
Know.
They call it Hoar. H-O-A-R.
Spell it again.
H-O-A-R.
So not a whore, but a whore.
Not a whore, but whore. Dude,
tricky.
I can't tell you the fun I had when my mom and dad was drunk and we played a game and you just hear Luke Skywalker versus whore.
What is going on?
It's the fucking best. Princess Leia versus whore. And it said it just like that too. I love that whack. Oh, you know what? I'll put this out there. I love that whack ass game. Everybody said that game is trash. People hate that game. I love that game, even if it's just for that alone. That shit is fun to me. We played the hell out that game back in the day,
versus whore.
Versus whore. Home Video Hustle versus whore. I'm not even joking. I'm about to show you that too.
Yeah, H-O-A-R. That's deep. That's deep. Okay. But yeah, I do remember that. I remember that. And then they asked him, like, who is this? And then what happens to make him, I remember something happens to make him say, like, I am basically Obi.
Yeah, he comes and runs the Raiders off, and Luke Skywalker, goes sits up and says, hey, you're Ben Kenobi. And he's like, yeah. And he's, R2 has a message for an ObiWan Kenobi. Is he a relative? You know him? He's like, ObiWan Kenobi.
Haven't heard that name.
It's a name I've not heard in a long time. And he's like, oh, you know him? He's like, yeah, of course I know him. It's me, motherfucker. Like, what you talking about?
Yeah.
So there you go.
Then he tells him, okay. Ooh. After that, are they still on? What is the name?
Tatooine. Oh, I just wish I could see the cringing that people are doing right now listening to this. It's the best.
This is going to happen.
This is great.
Hey, look, guys. I'm not even going to.
Just keep on going, fam. Keep on going. What do you remember after that?
I don't know. Just are we on the? Are we still in the?
We on Tatooine. We on Tatooine for a while, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was that long? Like it was in that setting?
I'm telling you, once they get off of Tatooine, that's when the movie, that's when the shit you probably remember is that's when all the action kind of kicks in.
Okay, so what? All right, start me off. What
He saves Luke. Tells him he's Obi-Wan. They go back to his house. He gives him the lightsaber. It says, all right, this is your father's lightsaber. And then Luke is like, oh, you knew my father. And then, yeah, he's a good friend. We fought in the Clone Wars.
I remember that part.
And that's when R2 plays the entire message, saying, we need your help, Obi-Wan, you're our only hope. Obi-Wan tells Luke, yo, you need to come with me. And Luke is like, nah, man, I can't do that. My uncle will whoop my ass.
Mm-hmm. You
remember now?
Then the Sand Raiders. I mean, what are they called? It's a horse.
The horse?
Then the horse.
I'm not even going to correct you on that.
Then, they go back.
Technically Tusken Raiders, but I like whores, but
Yeah, there you go. The Tusken Raiders.
No, I just call them whores. I like
the horse. They was at
Thank you, Terrence.
It was basically dead. The uncle and the.
Well, before they got to the uncle, they went to the sand crawler where the Jawas were sold them the droids. Remember, they had all the Jawa bodies dead, and they're like, "Oh, the stormtroopers did it. You know, these are too accurate for Tusken Raiders or whores."
Yes.
So that's when Luke was like, "Well, if they trace the droids to the sand crawler, that means they may have gotten home."
Yeah.
So that's when he goes and sees his aunt and uncle got fucking barbecued out in front of their house.
See, I got that part. I remember that part.
And then he drives back to Obi-Wan at the sand crawler and is like, "All right, man, I'll roll with you. I ain't got shit left to do here now. Fuck them crops."
Yeah. And then they take off. Do they finally head towards?
They go toward Mos Eisley Cantina after this.
They go to what?
I love it. Mos Eisley Cantina. The name of the place they go to. No. That's where the bar, cantina scene with the music and all that shit. All right, so I'm just gonna tag the fucking, I guess, again myself. Hot tag. Well, in between this, they had like the little boardroom scene on the Death Star where the older cats are arguing about the space station being powerful. Darth Vader says,
yes.
Grand Moff Tarkin is introduced. I'm not even gonna, I know you don't know who that is, but do you know who Tarkin is?
Mm-hmm.
Who's Tarkin?
That guy.
What guy?
That guy.
What guy?
The funny shit.
The funny shit?
The funny face. The funny... No, I don't know who he is. Who is Tarkin?
Remember the guy when just later in the movie. He's talking to Princess Leia and he's like, "Oh, you're far too trusting, princess," and he blows her shit up.
Yes.
Oh, British guy, that's Tarkin.
Yes.
So that's what I'm talking about.
And
in that boardroom scene, him and it, he's introduced and Darth Vader's in there like, "Oh, you guys, this battle station ain't shit compared to the Force." And that's when old boy's like, "Man, get out of here with that bullshit, man. Nobody fuck with the Force no more."
Yeah.
And as he Force chokes that dude. That's pretty much that whole scene. Is just funny. them showing them not to fuck with Darth Vader. Like, what'd you say? What? What'd you say about my mama?
Yeah, he believed then.
Right. All right, now. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep going for a second. In between that, they also got the Princess Leia getting interrogated scene too. Remember there was like the big, God damn it. There was the big like circular droid with like the needle and shit hanging off of it. And Darth Vader walks in the room. And he's like, "It's time for you to talk, princess," or something like that.
Somewhat.
All right. Well,
somewhat. For
everybody that know what I'm talking about, y'all know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. She gets interrogated at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Now we go to the cantina scene. Do you remember anything from that?
What I thought happened after that was they went to old girl's homeland, or tried to at least go to.
What?
Is that too far?
That's way too far ahead.
Fuck, man.
All right, hot tag again. All right.
Okay.
This is where you're introduced to the Jedi mind trick. These are not the droids you're looking for.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Move along.
So they still haven't left?
No, they're still on Tatooine. I told you we're here for a while, man.
Wow.
Like my whole first page of notes is on Tatooine.
I was up for that whole thing too. I just
you were talking to me. You were actually watching it. Like I don't know how you don't remember any of it.
Well.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Jedi mind tricks. They go into the cantina. Obi-Wan and Luke. Mm-hmm. They tell them the droids ain't allowed in there because that's when you made your comment about the droids being like black folks or something.
Yeah. I remember that part.
That's when that guy Luke is at the bar and the one guy, the little butt-faced alien, comes up and talks shit to him in another language, and then his friend comes up and like, "He doesn't like you." He's like, "Okay, like I don't like you either. Sorry about that. You watch yourself. We got warrants on whatever amount of planets." And Luke was like, "Yeah, I'll be careful." And the other guy's like, "You'll be dead." And Obi-Wan step in like, "Hey man, chill out, man. Buy you a drink or something." And they shove the shit out of Luke into a table, and he cuts his arm, or Obi-Wan cuts dude's arm off.
Yeah,
I know you remember that. Okay, I'm about to say, come on,
I remember the arm cutting. I do remember that. Okay.
You remember what happens after that?
Nope.
Oh my god. Okay. I can't believe this shit. That's when they go to the table and introduce the Han Solo and Chewbacca. And they negotiate, how much it's gonna be to get off the planet, where they going and what they doing, their little plan. I think Han Solo asked for 10. They told him they basically pay him like 13, 17, one of those two numbers.
Oh, I thought they bribed him.
No, they didn't bribe him. They just like told him they was gonna pay him. I don't know if they was gonna pay him or not. They was like, we'll give you 2 now and like another 13 or something like that.
In order to. Oh shit.
Moving on, because everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Okay.
And that's when the Han shot first scene happens after that.
The Han shot.
The Twitch scene, as you called it.
Ah. Yeah.
I know you remember that.
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and talk about that part then? Tagging you in.
Basically, he was sitting down, right?
Oh no.
All I remember is the glitch for real, and I remember him shooting and killing the dude. That's what I remember. That is.
All right, PJ just got super kicked and I just hat tagged.
Is that not what happened?
It's pretty much what happened.
Yeah.
I just pretty much, and there's an alien. His name is Greedo. If you didn't know, the little green alien. He goes in there and tells Han Solo, it's a bounty on your head. Jabba the Hutt's looking for you. I'm about to murk your ass. Han Solo starts reaching for his gun. They're going back and forth. In the original version of this movie, Han Solo just up and shoots Greedo, kills him. In the special edition, and I think this might be the most hated thing in these movies, is that instead of him shooting, they kind of, like, as you call it, the glitch, they kind of digitally like moved his body to the side and had Greedo shoot first, so they looked like he shot. Han Solo dodged it and then shot him. I guess George Lucas thought it made Han Solo look too much of a scoundrel or something to make him just up and shoot this dude, so he had to give him a reason to shoot, so had Greedo shoot first. And that's why now if you ever hear somebody talking about Han shooting first, that's them complaining about this movie special edition bullshit. Booyah.
Booyah. Are we off of Tatooine?
Nope, because we got a scene that's added into this version that's not in the original version.
All the animals and shit when they come. Are we there?
Damn. We actually skipped all that shit. I'm trying to get you to where you remember, because apparently you don't remember any of Tatooine for the most part.
No, I do not.
But there's an added scene where Han Solo is actually talking to Jabba the Hutt, which you won't see, in the original movies until Return of the Jedi, the third movie. But they added him here. Because in the original movie, I guess this scene was supposed to be in the movie. They cut it out because Jabba the Hutt was just like some fat guy in a furry coat. But in the Return of the Jedi, they ended up making him like, a slug-looking thing like in this movie. But it looks way better in Return of the Jedi. This CGI shit looks weird. And let me preface this too. We're watching the DVD cut to the special editions. We're not watching the Blu-ray ones, which I heard are kind of improved graphics on them. But that shit costs too much, so I'm not buying that. I already got them at home. When they don't sell, maybe. So yeah, here's a scene where they just talk, and he's telling Jabba, like, I'm gonna have your money, I'm gonna give you an extra 15%. And then Jabba's like, all right, cool, but if you don't, do this, I'm gonna come hunt your ass down. You ain't gonna be able to go to a civilized planet, because they're gonna get your ass. So that scene happens. Then I'm not even gonna ask you. Then after that, there's like a little hooded, Trumpy pod people looking alien running around. Basically, he's like a spy, a snitch, a Splinter Cell or something. And he's telling the Imperials, like, hey, the droids and dudes y'all looking for, they're going onto this ship. So as everybody's getting onto the Millennium Falcon, which is Han Solo's ship, if you didn't know. Did you know the ship was called the Millennium Falcon?
Nope.
Well, now you know. And so they, they got a little tiny shootout at the ship as, before it flies off. And now, finally, PJ, they are off Tatooine.
Okay. So, if I'm not mistaken, I probably am.
You probably are. That's what I'm here for.
Did they not try to go to that one planet first in order
There's one little scene you missed in between, which you're pretty much there. Before they jumped into hyperspace, there was 2 Star Destroyers and shit chasing them. They had to kind of avoid them in the TIE Fighters. TIE Fighters are the little evil ships with the little circle and the lines on the side.
Yeah.
And the Star Destroyers were the big long ships with the little tower on them. So they were avoiding them. And they jumped into hyperspace, and when they zoomed in with the little lights and shit on the side.
Yeah.
So that little scene happens. They escape them into hyperspace.
And then they followed them, though. Well, they came out. They came out of hyperspace.
Well, but before we get to that, there's a scene in between this shit. It's Princess Leia and Tarkin, the guy I told you about. They're talking. He's trying to figure out where the rebel base is, and he's like, "Look, man, you gonna tell me where this base is, or I'm gonna blow your fucking planet up." And she's like, "Okay." So she gives him a planet. But the rebel base on there been evacuated for years. They find out later, but she basically like, okay, just do this, just blow this planet up. Nobody give a fuck about this planet.
I'm from this planet.
And that's when he says the line I told you I like. He's like, Oh, okay, that's what's up. Yo, you can fire when ready. And she like, what? He's like, oh, girl, you far too trusting. I don't know what you thought was gonna happen. You know I'm still blowing your shit up. So that's when her planet, Alderaan, the planet that Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, and everybody are trying to get to, it gets blown the fuck up.
Okay.
So then you cut back to the Millennium Falcon. They're still in hyperspace, and that's when Luke Skywalker's in there training with the little droid, with the lightsaber shooting at him and shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember that part.
Okay, so you want to take it from here?
He tells him, basically, what is this, Obi-Wan?
Yep.
He's telling fucking Luke.
There you go.
Luke that he's teaching him about the Force, and he's training and stuff, and then he blindfolds him, right?
He puts a helmet on his head that has the visor super grayed out so you can't see out of it.
And then he has him feel the Force, quote unquote.
Block the lasers without actually seeing them. He actually does it too.
Yeah, he does it like 3 times.
And he's like, pew, 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 because in the back, the whole time Han Solo's back there like, y'all motherfuckers is stupid, man. That shit is whack. Y'all know what y'all talking about. Hocus pocus, hooey.
Okay.
You remember what happens after that?
They finally get out of, whatchamacallit, warp speed, and then they run into a astro belt, but it was from...
Asteroid field.
Yeah, but it was from...
It was like debris from Alderaan being blown up. Because they're like, we're here, and then they come out of hyperspace, and it's like rocks and shit flying. They're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And
his ass like, oh, where's Alderaan? I was like, it ain't here, man. It's gone.
It used to be and shit. And then after that, aren't they sucked into? Well, they're sucked into the ship. He thinks it's a moon at first.
Yep.
And sees a ship going to it, and then they wind up, I guess, trying to steer away or something, and they wind up being pulled in to Darth Vader's. Is that the Falcon? Death Star. Fuck. Who's the Falcon?
The Falcon is the ship that they're on.
The Death Star. Yes.
The Death Star is the evil one. The Millennium Falcon is the good one.
That makes sense. Death Star.
But yes, that's actually, I'm surprised you actually remember that much of it too.
Yeah, I know.
There was a little TIE fighter floating around. They followed the TIE fighter until they saw they was like, oh, it's going to that moon over there. And it's like, Obi-Wan was like, that ain't no moon, man. That's a space station. So that's when Luke's like, hey, man, we might need to turn around. Han Solo like, yeah, let's get the fuck out of here, man.
But
and then that fucking tractor beam, so they can't go nowhere. So Han Solo just shuts the ship down like, yo, we gonna have to fight.
They get pulled in.
Yep.
I remember. Start me. I remember.
They get pulled in, and they're hiding inside the ship, and they got the stormtroopers are running in there looking around for them. They knock out a couple stormtroopers, steal their uniforms, and they're walking around disguised. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's the part I remembered actually.
Well, after that, they go into the little room, and that's when they come up with their plane. Obi-Wan's gonna go disable the tractor beam, and then Luke tells Han. He tricks Han into going to save the princess. He's like, "Yo, she's rich, man. You can get paid, man. Just let me go get this chick real quick." So then they go off to go save her.
Yeah.
You can tell me, please tell me you remember what happens next. Come on, it's an action scene happens next.
The action scene.
Yeah, it's an action scene. They're going to save the princess. I wish y'all could see my face right now. They go to the detention center. The guy there's like, because they handcuffed Chewbacca to act like they got him as a prisoner. Remember that?
Then yeah, they go in. Is this where it starts? Is this? Well, all right. Let me just say, is the next whatever.
What are you trying to say?
They handcuff Chewbacca.
Yeah.
And then they're walking him through the thing, and they finally get to, I guess, what do you call that? Headquarters or whatever.
They're in the detention center.
Detention center, and Chewbacca. Well, they come and they ask basically, who is this? What is
this?
What is
thing?
this? Yeah, and
he says, where are you taking this thing?
Yeah, and he says he's a transfer basically from some other cell, and he said I have to run it.
I wasn't notified of this.
Yeah, so he got to do the background and all that, and then stormtroopers try to run up on him, and Chewbacca just says, "Fuck it." They didn't walk over to him.
Oh, I thought you were. Oh, I'm sorry. my bad. That's my fault. I'm sorry. I thought you said something else.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. Keep going.
Yeah, they. That's right though, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
That was my fault. Yeah, I fucked up.
Okay. Yeah. So then that's a little fight scene. Chewbacca fucks shit up. Takes the handcuffs off that were never cuffed.
Yeah.
And
I think they were too small. I think.
Yeah, and then they get stuck in there or something, right? And
they skipped ahead a tad bit.
Damn. But I'm on the right track.
Well, they get stuck in the room.
Yeah.
That's what you mean. I thought you were talking about later. Oh, okay.
Well, I was. after that scene, don't they get?
Oh, okay, yeah, you are talking about later. Okay, yeah, before that happens, they seal themselves in the room, and Han Solo's talking on this thing, talking about, hey, everything's fine, it's all good, don't worry about us. And then they're going back and forth until he's like, all right, well, fuck this dude. He shoots the thing. He's like, all right, they're coming. Luke Skywalker has to run in there. He finds Princess Leia, and he's kind of shook because we didn't mention this, but Luke Skywalker's kind of like this little wimpy ass farm boy.
Yeah.
Because earlier in the movie, he's crying and whining. Like, oh, I wanted to go to Tashi Station and buy some power converters, all that shit. And so he sees, and then of course the whole main reason he really wanted to go on this mission is because when he saw the Princess Leia, he's like, oh man, she's beautiful. Yeah. Yo, we need to save her. So his dick is leading him on his mission. So he sees her and he kind of he's kind of shook a little bit. He's kind of looking her up and down and all weird. And she has to say something. She's like, oh, you're kind of short for a stormtrooper. And he's like, what, huh? Like he's just dazed looking at her. Now so he's like, oh yeah, I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm here to save you. I'm here with Ben Kenobi. So they run out the room.
She hops her ass up.
Get the fuck up. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, damn right. Shit.
So yeah, they're having a shootout now because people are shooting all into the room. Eventually, Princess Leia's like, all right, what kind of rescue is this? We about to die out here. She grabs Luke's gun, shoots a hole in the grate, and then they all jump in there. But they don't know that it leads into a fucking trash compactor.
Yes.
Now, do you remember this part? Can I tag you back in?
In the trash compactor. Yeah, they almost get compacted. That's the gist of it. It was searching for it. Well, first, no, okay, let me bring it back. There was a little, what? They never said what it was, or did they?
They don't say what the alien's name is. But from the video games, I think it's called a Dianoga.
A Dianoga?
There's a monster in the trash compactor that tangles up around Luke's leg and drags him under the water.
Like a snake.
Yeah, it's like a snake.
Not a snake.
Yeah. I think that's what I think they're called, Dianogas. Yeah. If somebody knows and I'm wrong, please tell us because I think that's what it is. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah,
somebody out there probably know. Real Star Wars super nerds. I can't say super fans. I'm sorry.
There it goes.
They'll know.
And what leads? I don't remember what leads the trash thing in order to be compacted. Like, why did it get started?
I don't know. Again, maybe it was just on a set schedule or something. I've never actually thought about why it started up. Because they didn't know they didn't know they were in there, so it's not like they started it. I don't think anyway that they did it. I think it just happened.
Okay.
Just happened to be bad timing, I guess.
Well, Luke was trying to call
C-3PO.
C-3PO the whole time, but he was. What the fuck was he doing?
They were inside the room and they were hiding because they had like the little tiny walkie-talkies they had talking to each other, and they had left it on the counter and they were hiding in a closet because the stormtroopers were about to break into the room they were in.
There you go.
And the stormtroopers got in and they were like, oh, they were crazy. They locked us in here and they ran that way or something. So they're like, all right, let's go.
Yeah. So
that's when he hears Luke on the walkie-talkie. He picks it up and they're talking. And he tells him, shut down all the garbage compactors on whatever level. And C-3PO's like, man, fuck that. Just shut all of them down.
Yeah. And then R2D2.
Come on.
R2D2.
There you go.
Ha! Yeah. He does his little magic, he has his little prong or whatever you call it.
He stuck the prong into the hole, turned it, and it worked.
Ooh. Yeah, I was about to say. Things that could be said
Robot
for.
sex.
Okay.
Oversexed ruck suckers from Tatooine.
Tatooine. See, okay. After that, yeah, I gotta tag you in because I don't.
After that, your boy doing his Splinter Cell thing where his ObiWan's sneaking around, trying to get to the the tractor beam. No. Oh, you don't remember?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
he's trying to shut the tractor beam down. So he does that. He's sneaking around doing that.
Using his force
and he does shut it down.
The whole ship.
Yeah, PJ looked at me. He's like, man, how the fuck is he getting around here with nobody saying nothing?
And then he wound up doing something.
But he there was two stormtroopers at the door when he was trying to get from behind the I keep saying compactor, the tractor beam spot. And he like waves his hand and like it makes a sound, or he must have flung something. And they're like, what was that? And then they go walk over there.
And he just
walked out the room like, fuck it.
And then did he run into Darth Vader here, or is
not here? Not yet. Not quite yet.
Damn.
Now right here is they're all out of the trash compactor. And this is the part you were laughing at, where some stormtroopers came and Han Solo shot one, and the other two took off running. He chased after him, like running, like chasing him. And then he runs around the corner and ends up being like fucking a billion of them motherfuckers all right there. So he shoots. I think he shot one and just took off running back the opposite way.
That was funny. That was a funny part.
And then after they had split up because Luke and Princess Leia went to another spot, but then it was like a bridge, but there was no bridge. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
They were like a little chamber.
He became Batman for a minute.
He literally had the utility belt.
Yeah, he had a grapple hook and shit. Tossed that across. Stormtroopers are firing. They're firing.
Yeah,
they're on the ledge of a door.
They locked the door behind them, but they're kind of getting the door up slowly, so they got like a little crack that they were trying to shoot at them under. And at the top of the part where the other half of the bridge is, they're shooting down at them, so Leia's shooting at the stormtroopers while Luke's getting his little grapple hook ready.
Mm-hmm. Swings that over.
And then before they swing, Princess Leia gives him a little kiss and says good luck. Mm-hmm. One of two kisses I think she gives him in this movie. And I want you okay, people that know Star Wars are probably laughing their ass off that you just did that, because I'm not gonna tell you why.
Oh shit.
But remember this. Remember her kissing up on him in this way. Don't think about it too much.
They're family.
I'm not telling you, but just remember this shit, okay? I'm not telling you nothing else. Don't be looking it up either, because you got 2 more months for you to find out. But just remember,
they're long lost cousins.
Just remember.
I don't remember this. Okay.
And do you remember what happens after this though?
Then they fight.
Yes.
Okay.
Obi-Wan and Darth Vader.
Yes. The fight is, for real, not to say I was disappointed in the fight, but it was a quick little
like I said,
tussle
between, it's an older cat and a dude with a big heavy ass suit on, so there wasn't gonna be a lot of choreography happening here.
I guess not.
You'll like the first, like the prequels you'll love, because that's when they're doing flips and throwing shit at each other with the force. Yeah, you'll love those fights. Okay. That's the one thing I will get at the newer movies out. They got better like lightsaber fights,
Their main utensil, their main instrument, their main weapon.
Yeah.
It was a little tussle right there. But then something happened in order to make his name ObiWan Kenobi.
There you go.
Disappear and become a spirit body, basically. Like
a force ghost.
A what?
A force ghost.
Force ghost. He became a force ghost. He was about to. What set it off? Something happened.
Well, he told Vader that if he struck him down, he'd come back more powerful than ever. And Luke Skywalker and Han Solo, they're all finally about to get back to the Millennium Falcon, and he looks over and sees them fighting. And Obi-Wan, looks over and sees him while they're having their lightsaber fight. And he kind of, looks at Darth Vader, just kind of puts his lightsaber up in the air, closes his eyes, and Darth Vader slashes him in his midsection. But then his body just disappears. The only thing that's left is his robe and his lightsaber.
Mm-hmm. And then Luke Skywalker was pretty pissed. Everybody else was running to the ship. He was over here shooting.
He's shooting everybody.
Yeah.
So Han Solo like, man, if you gonna shoot, at least shoot the door closed, kid. Like,
right.
Yeah. So he did that, and they got on the ship, and they got up out of there. Remember what happened after that?
Yeah. No. Yes. Yes. Maybe. Were they tracked?
Turrets. You remember turrets? Han Solo and Luke Skywalker were sitting in turrets blowing up TIE fighters.
Yeah, in the thing.
Yeah,
the glass thing.
Yeah, the turret.
Yeah.
Because I was telling you about the Star Wars arcade game that I love.
Yeah.
Because as a kid I loved that Star Wars arcade game because it reminded me of this part. Even though you weren't really sitting in the seat doing that shit, you're sitting in the chair with the little joystick. And if somebody might know, if you ever been to a fucking arcade, there's a Star Wars arcade game. It's a big ass joystick. You sit in a chair. You play through the trench run from the first game, the snow battle on Hoth, and then the fucking last trench run in the third movie. Then there's no boss battles interspersed in between. That is one of my favorite fucking video games ever made. And I was so pissed. When I went out years ago and got a 32X, a Sega 32X, because there was never a home port of that game. I'm still mad about it. They need to release that shit, man. I would buy it right now.
Right now.
Hint, Disney, hint. But on 32X, they had the Star Wars arcade. And I was like, oh, shit, it actually was on a home system. I knew it wouldn't be great because it's on a fucking Sega 32X, which you know what that is, right?
The one with all of them, a lot of... 32. What did you get? What is that thing?
32X is an add-on to the Sega Genesis.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I tried that shit one day. I actually sought that game out years ago. Sought out a 32X. I think I got 32X for like $5. And got the game for like another $7. And I was like, okay, yeah, we gonna play this shit. I put it in there and I'm so fucking hype. I'm like, yeah, we gonna do this. And man, that game was the fucking wackest shit. It was slow. Graphics looked like shit.
Like it was in the 80s.
I was so fucking angry, man. I'm like, come on, man, really? Y'all had the nerve to call this Star Wars Arcade, man. I was so hyped for that. Oh, I'm sad. I'm pissed. I'm mad now. That just brought back memories.
Go off on a rant.
Fuck that game, man.
Damn. Only in the arcade, eh?
Thank God for Rogue Squadron, at least, man. The Rogue Squadron games fulfilled that need. Re-release them on Nintendo Switch. Do that shit.
You will have customers.
I'll buy a Switch if you put Rogue Squadron on there, Nintendo. I'm sorry. I had to clear my throat there a little bit. But yeah, you remember they had the turret shootout. They blew up all the TIE fighters that were chasing them. Princess Leia's like, hey, man, that was too easy. You know they tracking us, right? They put a tractor on there.
Yeah, I knew they were being tracked.
Because they cut the Darth Vader being like, yeah, we put a tractor on there. And then Leia, like, they cut Leia like, yeah, you know they put a tractor on here, right?
Like it was too easy to get out or something.
Yeah,
like
she said that was way too easy to get out.
Yeah. Okay, tag.
Oh, really? We're pretty much at the end of the movie, too. I thought you'd remember the last part.
Are we? We're at the end?
This is pretty much
the big
it.
showdown?
This is it. They find out, they get away from the TIE fighters, they figure out there's a fucking tractor on there, they go to a planet called Yavin 4, and that's where the rebel base is at. They get the plans to everybody, so all the pilots are sitting there in a little meeting, and they're debriefing, and they're saying, okay, you guys need to get a proton torpedo into the shaft to blow up the Death Star. It's a weak spot. I
do remember that. Yeah.
So everybody's getting ready on their ships. Han Solo's down there, and he's like, yeah, I got my money. I'm out. I got to go pay some people. So Luke Skywalker basically telling him he ain't shit. Then they go off flying, and this is where they head toward the Death Star. And I know your ass got to remember this last part. The whole Death Star attack.
Yeah. They went up in the... or is that on the planet? I don't... is the...
Oh, my God.
In the thing? Is that the...
That's
is that
the Death Star.
Oh, okay. Well, they would go down into the... What would you call that?
The trench.
The trenches. Yeah. Trenches. Big fight. Lasers coming everywhere. So boom, boom, boom. What are they called?
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Their battleships.
The whose battleships? The good ones or the bad ones?
The bad ones.
TIE fighters.
The TIE fighters against the...
X-Wings and...
X-Wings.
Are they A-Wings? I think the bombers are A-Wings. I'm not 100% sure, but basically mainly the X-Wings, though, because the bombers get blown up pretty quick anyway.
Yeah.
They get blown up in the first wave.
And then, yeah, there is different waves. Yeah, now that you said that.
Yeah, because Luke Skywalker, they pretty much all get blown the fuck out one by one. Even the main leader dude gets his ass murdered. So then it's Luke Skywalker, Wedge Antilles, and Biggs. Wedge gets hit, and he's like, oh man, I lost something. And Luke's like, you can't do nothing, man. Get up out of here. So he's like, sorry. He pulls up. And so it's Luke and Wedge. Wedge ends up getting blown up. Wedge is the one that was like his friend that they were like, hey man, hugging and shit.
Yeah, okay.
So he gets murdered. So then, and we forgot to mention, Darth Vader joined in on this shit. He's I think it's a TIE Interceptor is the ship that he's on. It's him and two TIE fighters, and they were the reason why everybody's getting blown the fuck up. So everybody's gone except for Luke. They're in the trench. They can't get him. Vader's like, the Force is strong with this motherfucker right here, man. It's crazy. I can't get all this, man. But so everybody been using a targeting computer to let them know when exactly to shoot the missiles. Because one cat, the leader guy tried, but he ended up fucking up, and I think he got blown up after that. So Luke's got the targeting computer on, and he keeps hearing Obi-Wan's voice in his head saying, trust the Force.
Yeah,
use the Force, Luke.
Didn't he tell him let go?
Yeah,
let go.
Use your feelings or something like that.
Yeah.
So he turns the computer off, and the dude like, hey, yo, why you turn your computer off? What's up? He's like, I'm good, man. I'm like, all right. So he takes him a deep breath. Right as Darth Vader gets a lock on him, I think he shoots the torpedoes. They fucking like wanted style curve into the hole.
I was about to say somehow they followed him down into the shit.
He's like wanted, man.
Yeah.
Curve the bullets, curve the missiles into the Death Star. But before, because Darth Vader had locked onto him right as he was about to fire the missiles, but then Han Solo actually came back up and shot the TIE fighters, and the one bumped into Darth Vader. He went off flying into space. And he's like, woohoo, we're all clear, kid. Blow this shit so we can go home. Blows the Death Star up. They all fly away. Tarkin's sitting there because I told people we were laughing because there was a scene where Tarkin's sitting in there and some guy runs up like, hey, man, there's a chance we might get blown up. You want me to get your ship ready? And dude's like, nah, in our moment of triumph, I ain't going nowhere, man. Fuck. You worrying too much. They ain't going to beat us. And right before it blows up, it just cuts to him looking pissed into like a monitor and just blows the fuck up.
Yes.
All right. There's like one real scene left. Please tell me you remember this last scene.
Yeah, they get medals.
Okay, there you go.
They get medals. She gives him another kiss.
Yeah, Luke. That's where Luke's get. No,
Yeah.
does he kiss him here?
She get a kiss on the cheek. I thought.
I know. I think that's when he got off the ship. I don't think she kissed him at the ceremony.
Oh.
But yeah, but she kisses him again. But like I said, remember that shit for the future.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
So they get medals. But there's another thing in this scene, and this is actually not in the special edition. This has been there, I think, since the beginning. But there's something in that scene that pisses off a lot of people that really love this movie. Did you notice it? Let me give you a hint. Who got medals?
Everybody?
No, they didn't. That's the problem.
Oh. Did Chewbacca not get one?
Chewbacca didn't get a medal.
Yeah.
That pisses off a lot of people. And I think I don't remember what year it was, but I think one year at the MTV Music Awards they actually had a thing where they talked about that, and they had Carrie Fisher, the chick that played Princess Leia, actually come out and put a fucking medal on Chewbacca. I guess.
Damn right.
All these years later.
Go. Damn right.
And then the movie's over. That's it. That's it. You made it.
That is Star Wars. Okay.
Yeah, I just have to say this. We watch weird movies. We love to watch weird, goofy, stupid, dumb movies. We usually have problems remembering bits and pieces of them here and there. Mm-hmm. We watch Star Wars, one of the most favorite movies ever made, a movie that everybody loves, knows. PJ don't remember shit. PJ remember more about oversexed drug suckers from Mars than Star Wars. What does that say about you, PJ?
That says
that PJ...
This can get... I'm about to tell you that I'm about to piss a lot of people off.
Oh, shit. I'm hyped. Hyped. Come on. Let's do it. Let's get it. Okay. Let's get it in. I'm ready.
Okay. So... After just blowing out your speaker.
It'll be alright. I'll fix it later.
Hold on. Can I just talk to the people?
Oh, yeah. Quick? Go and get in front of the mic. I'll move over. Go do your thing, bro.
Look, guys. Look. Don't be mad at me. This genre style, this movie, I give it a thumbs up.
Not 2?
Yeah, 2 thumbs up.
Oh,
I give it 2 thumbs up.
I know you like it 2. I was wondering.
Yeah, I'll give it 2 thumbs up. But I kind of feel as if it was dragged out too long, or like maybe the fight scenes weren't is good enough, although they did have them, or my attention was there, but as you can see, it wasn't enough in order for it to like stick into my mind, into my memory. So, I say all that to say, on a scale of 0 to 10.
I forgot it's 0 now to 10.
This Star Wars... this isn't 1, this is...
Oh, I don't know if I don't... Yeah, we talked about it earlier, but yes, this is technically nowadays episode 4, A New Hope. But it's really just Star Wars. It's the
first one, yeah. So, my first time ever watching Star Wars, I give it a...
Do you, man? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Be truthful, man.
Man, I give it a 5 by myself.
By yourself? What does that mean?
Like, if I was to watch it with somebody like you, it becomes like a low 7. Like, I can kind of get into it.
Average it out at like a 6?
Yeah, we can average it out at 6. That's
so a 6 out of 10. Okay.
A 6 out of 10.
I think that's what you... Remember, in the last episode, I think we did predictions for this, and I think you said you might give it like a 6, too. I think you might have actually predicted your own score.
Well,
I have to go back and listen to Oversexed Rug Suckers again, but I think you said that.
I don't know. I can't tell you why. If it was the storyline, like the plot, whether it was just the sci-fi-ness of it. Like, would I watch this movie myself? No, I would not.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm about to piss a lot of people off.
Taking my tape back.
I would watch it with somebody, yes, but just me by myself, I would not say, hey, I want to watch Star Wars,
You watch it like if you came over here and I was watching it, you just sit down and watch it?
Yeah, like it's cool then.
I get what you're saying.
But just me, myself, nah.
You wouldn't be like, hey, let's go watch Star Wars, baby.
Yeah, nah, that's not happening.
Okay, well, I mean, that's about what I kind of figured.
Yeah, so a 6.
But it's not crazy because with this one, like I even said to you when we were watching it, like the beginning, it takes a while to really get to like the thrust of the action. Like you gotta go through all this shit on like you said on Tatooine, like all that stuff.
Yeah.
pretty much once you get once you get to the cantina, for me at least, the movie takes the fuck off at that point. That's when I'm like, okay, I'm engaged with this shit. Mm-hmm. Because when I was younger, sometimes I would even kind of advance a little bit. People be mad at me maybe for that too, but I'll kind of skip ahead a little bit sometimes. Like if I really wanted to just watch the action part. But I can see that. Like, and you're not like super sci-fi guy like I am. So this is the shit I love. But see, because he gives it a 6, he told you a reason why. But now you come to me now.
Okay.
People ask me what I think about Star Wars. I told y'all a story last episode about how I took a fucking Star Wars sticker book to my school picture day. So this is a whole 180 over here. As you already could tell, like as he was talking about, like I was giving out names of ships and planets and people. Like I fucking love this movie. This is my shit. Since I was a kid, this is one of the first tapes I ever owned. And one of the earliest memories I have of movies, like really getting into movies, was I want to say it was Hollywood Video.
Wow.
Remember Hollywood Video? Remember video stores?
Blockbuster, Hollywood Video. Shit.
My dad, when I was real young, because this is before the special editions even came out, because we went to Hollywood Video and we were looking for a movie, and my dad was like, hey, Star Wars, I love this. When I was a kid, I went to see this and I love this movie, and I hadn't seen it at the time. So the tape that I got that I gave you at your house is the tape that we rented. Not the exact same tape, but it's that same version. I mean, the original version.
So this is like the 90s.
This is mid 90s even. I'm like super young. I'm like probably like 5 years old or so now at this moment.
Damn.
And we go home and watch it, and I remember just being like super like, whoa, like this ain't
see this shit.
This ain't Barney. This ain't Power Rangers. Like, what is this? So we watched it. We ate. Then we got some food. We ate it. We was eating popcorn, watching it, just chilling. Mm-hmm. And I just was, from that moment on, it was on. I was a Star Wars fan. I had to see the other 2 movies at that point. Because at that time there were only 3 movies.
Yeah.
That's crazy now, ain't it? Looking back.
You said 1977.
Yeah, the first one came out in 77.
I will give him a round of applause. Like, it was...
Oh, yeah, this shit was crazy for the time.
Yeah, like, it looks like this shit could be on TV right now, and it still would pass. Kids wouldn't know the difference.
No, I didn't know.
Like, it was...
Like I said, it was the mid-90s, and I was looking at it like, right? What the hell is this? Like, I was shocked.
Is that outer space?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
I think this is really the movie, too, that got me into, like, real sci-fi. Like, because I love sci-fi. I love space shit. I love, like, aliens, Star Trek, all that type of stuff. Mm-hmm. And I think this movie is the start of it. Because like I'll just say for the record, my favorite movie is Blade Runner. I fucking love Blade Runner. And I would have probably never even really got to Blade Runner for Star Wars. So
the precursor to everything.
Exactly. But as I got older, I watched the movies hundreds, dozens, millions, whatever at times. I got tons of the video games. To this day, I still got a bunch of them. As I said earlier about Nintendo, put Rogue Squadron on the Switch, and comic books and everything. So I mean, I'm fully thrust into this shit. Now I will say, this original Star Wars movie is not my favorite Star Wars movie, but I love this movie. Thumb up for me, of course. And my score, flip that 6, make that shit a 9 out of 10.
Fuck.
9, homie.
Oh, a 9.
A 9, man.
A 9.
A 9, man.
Is this because of like the childhood factor?
No, I legit love this movie.
Oh,
the only reason I don't give it a 10 is because, like I said, even I agree with you that the beginning parts kind of take a while to really get going. You got to do all the character introductions, and it's mainly C-3PO and R2-D2 for the first little while.
Yeah.
But after all that, like I'm fucking in this movie. Like I was sitting here, like a 9, man. This is my shit. I love Star Wars, man. I told you this is gonna be different opinions. This is legit. Like I said, I think I forget what other episode it was, but there was one where we had 2 different scores.
Yeah, I was down here.
I think it was Jim Cotter. I think we kind of disagreed with on one of them, and then Super Mario Brothers. This is now the 3rd episode now that we don't agree on.
Damn,
because I love this movie.
A 9.
A 9.
That's close to like.
And I'm telling
10.
you. And then even if we were ever to do halves, it would be 9.5. Honestly, like this is the probably. Did I give Truck Turner a 10?
Nah.
I gave it a 9 too, didn't I?
Yeah.
So okay, yeah. So this is slightly more enjoyable to me than Truck Turner.
Truck Turner blows this out of the water.
See, that's where we disagree, Pimpin'. As much as I love Truck Turner, I like Star Wars more.
A 9.
A 9. I'm not joking with you. I love this movie, man. Since I was a kid.
Very flabbergasted now.
Maybe it has something to do with me seeing it as a kid, but like I said, I grew up with
childhood effect, or is it like?
I'm sure it has something to do with it.
If you would have seen this when you were, say, 12 or 13.
Well, I don't know, because like I've like recently just got into Star Trek like maybe 2-3 years ago, and I love Star Trek now on the same level I love Star Wars. So, I mean, if I saw it later, I probably still would have had the same. I don't know.
Dang.
It's weird. No, I don't know because it's weird to look back and know now.
Yeah.
But like I said, I was fucking running around. I had the toys. I mean, okay, funny story, because this is gonna make me look real nerdy, but I don't care. You probably don't even remember the line because you barely remember the movie. But there's a part when they're in the trench run, and there's a TIE fighter behind Luke Skywalker, and he's like, swerving around trying to get past him, and they're like, yo, you got one on your tail, and Luke Skywalker goes, I can't shake him, and his boy has to come and help him, and I don't remember whose house it was. I remember it was me and my cousin Andrew years ago. We were at some kid's birthday party. They had a little Star Wars X-Wing helmet like Luke Skywalker wore, and I had it on, and I was in the front yard running around in circles, and the kid was chasing me. Like, I don't remember what we were doing. Must have been playing, I guess, Star Wars. And I just remember I was like quoting the movie as I was running around. Like, I'm legit like a fucking kid quoting this movie. And I just remember yelling, I can't shake him, real loud. And then I turn around and nobody's even chasing me no more.
It's in your mind.
I was just so deep into it. Like, I was in the movie at that point. Like,
you were in the trenches.
Cause not only like there was a bunch of kids outside and adults watching us. Not only was this kid not chasing me no more, there was nobody outside anymore. I was out there by myself looking like probably like a goofball running in circles yelling, I can't shake him.
Like, hey, somebody come look at this kid. Look at him.
Like, I just remember kind of looking around going, oh, okay. Forget y'all. Even Andrew left me out there. Damn, Andrew. I hope you listening, damn it. You embarrassed me, Andrew. I don't fuck with you no more.
Damn. I can't shake him.
Legit, at the top of my fucking lungs said that shit.
Damn.
So I'm a super Star Wars fan, so yeah, this gets a 9 for me.
I gotta stay at a 6.
That's cool. Hey, everybody got their opinion, man. It's all good. I'm just glad you finally at least can say you saw it now.
Yes, to everybody out there listening, I have started my journey of is there like a Star Wars term? What is
the saga?
The saga, the Star Wars saga. I have started.
Well, see, the thing is, like, this movie has a lot of like the character building and the build up and all that shit. Like I love Star Wars. My favorite one is Empire Strikes Back, which is the next one. That's why you guys can't see it, but I have a poster of it behind me. Yes. That's the one you said you saw because you were asking about Yoda and shit.
Yes.
That's that movie. So I honestly think if you gave this a 6, if I were to predict how much you like Empire, but Empire has some slow moments too, so that's the thing I'm wondering about. But if I had to guess, I'd probably say like a 7 for the next one. Okay. I was gonna say 8, but I have to remember like because the part with Yoda is kind of slow when he's doing the training and shit. So I might have to drop it to 7 maybe. 7. But I'm gunning. I for sure think that you'll like this one, the next one better than this one.
Okay. We shall see.
But I'm getting him out the bunker, y'all. When I was on the Superiority Complex show, they asked me how long PJ been in the bunker. I'm getting him out of there, y'all.
Well, yeah, it took 25, damn near 26 years for me to watch this.
Because after, like honestly, like I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but on the list of movies, like after we get through Star Wars, we got fucking Indiana Jones.
I've seen one of those.
One of those? Mm-hmm. Okay, what else was it? Have you seen all the Die Hard movies?
I've seen one of those.
Oh my God. It was the one we saw at the movie theater, wasn't it?
Yes.
How the fuck have I been your friend so long and I've never showed you Die Hard? Like, we watch Die Hard every Christmas. Like, I can't believe I never showed you that.
I don't know.
Guess what?
I don't know.
Guess what?
What?
You watching Die Hard eventually. That's going to be the next series after Star Wars.
Okay,
fuck that.
Okay.
But I won't get to it because there's too many. But yeah, fuck that. We're going to get you Die Hard eventually.
Fuck that.
Because in Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford, the guy that played Han Solo in this movie, is Indiana Jones. Because George Lucas, the guy that made Star Wars, he didn't direct those movies, but I think he co-wrote and co-created them. So it's kind of like an offshoot of Star Wars, kind of. But Steven Spielberg directed those movies, the guy that did Jurassic Park and E.T. and all that shit. Yeah. So I think you actually like Indiana Jones better than Star Wars, honestly.
I like Indiana Jones. The one I saw, I liked it. Mm-hmm. It's my type of stuff.
Do you know which one you saw?
They were going in a tomb and shit.
Oh my, what? That's every movie.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. I have no idea.
All right, well, fuck, we'll figure it out. But you guys out there, now that you heard PJ's thoughts on Star Wars for his first time seeing it, what do you think?
Yes.
Do you agree with PJ? Can you see where he's coming from? Do you think PJ's out his fucking mind?
Come on, give it to me, guys. Give it to me. Give it to me.
You can hit us up on Twitter at HVH Podcast, and that is capital H, capital V, capital H, capital P, lowercase Oddcast. Our main base of operations is on Podbean, homevideohustle.podbean.com. You can find us on Facebook as well if you want to talk to us on there. And you can also now find us on YouTube.
Oh, shit.
I had an issue. Jim Cotter was supposed to be on YouTube. It didn't upload. So the next episode, though, Oversex Rocksuckers from Mars, is on YouTube.
There you go.
So if you want to listen to us on YouTube, play us on the TV at home, or you just don't use the podcast app for some reason, play us on YouTube. We there too.
Yes.
And starting with this episode now, just to promote the show a little better, we're gonna have like little promo, I guess you call them, videos for each episode. We're basically talking in front of the camera, show you what we're watching, talk about it a little bit, and if there's any, like, we record the whole time we're watching the movie. And then any little funny clips or anything that may happen, we'll edit them in there. Just something for you to watch before the podcast come out to, remind you like, hey, oh, that's right, I need to go listen to Hustle Cats. So, yeah, all that's coming out.
Yes.
And so next week, we're back to our, normal schedule and normal scheduled programming.
Yes.
So, I think next week.
I thought we were doing your boy.
Oh, no, I think that's what I already said. So next week on the show, we got Death Wish 3 coming. You ever seen Death Wish 3?
No, I have not.
And it's way more of our type of movie. It's not Star Wars. Super low budget, grimy action movie. One of my absolute favorites of the genre. Uncle Michael has asked me to do this movie like since I think we started. And of course,
weeks ago.
Gotta shout out Uncle Michael.
Yes. Thank you, Uncle Mike.
He actually sent us another movie too to watch. I think it's called Karate Kill. I don't know nothing about it. He just said it's up our alley, so that could be the movie after Death Wish 3. We'll figure out. We don't never know what the schedule is. We just kind of figure this out when we get here.
Yeah.
Unless I plan something in advance like we did with Star Wars, but for sure next week Death Wish 3, and then next month, because we're doing the Star Wars every month. So
once a month.
Next month I'll subject PJ to Empire Strikes Back, which I predict that he will like more.
I have to.
He gave Star Wars a 6, y'all.
Yeah, right. I know that I'm gonna look. Just go easy with me on the comments, please. Just please. I'm sorry I gave it a 6.
Hey, everybody got their own opinion, man.
But it's just a 6.
There's movies that people like that I think were boring. Like, we threw you out there with Star Wars. I'll throw myself out there. I think Lord of the Rings is boring.
Me too.
I think Harry Potter is boring.
Me too.
What else don't I like that people love? Well, this is a given for most people, but I thought somebody forced me to watch some of Twilight. That movie. Fuck. What else is
Actually,
there?
the last one, I kind of liked Twilight.
Oh, okay.
I only saw it because of my girlfriend. I didn't just say, hey, let's go see Twilight. No. I went to go see it, but I wound up enjoying the movie. That might get a 6.
Okay, sure.
Yep.
It's in his DVD collection. All right, no, all right. Let's just piss some more people off for the end of this show. We're going to end this show just pissing everybody off.
Okay.
So, Lord of the Rings, I ain't like. Harry Potter, I ain't like. Twilight, we ain't like. Underworld, I thought was whack.
Fuck yeah.
What else is there? What else can we piss people off with? Oh, you ain't like the Avengers, huh?
Some of them.
Well, you know what? I said it before. Avengers 2 is trash.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about for real.
Man of Steel was trash. Batman vs Superman, it was trash. What else is trash? What else can we piss people off with? Come on, give me some ammunition. Give me some ammo.
Oh.
I don't even know what people watch because I don't watch a lot of new movies.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I'll put this one out there, and this is gonna get me a lot of flack right here. Shit. And if you want to know the reason, just hit me off, on Twitter or Facebook. I'll give you the reason. But I recently watched this movie Moonlight over the weekend.
Oh shit.
And Moonlight was the movie that won all the awards, won the Oscar and everything. I liked it. Was okay. I didn't think it was the best movie of the year that I saw anyway. Like everybody, I looked, the Metacritic had a 99 out of 100, and it won the awards. If I had to give it a score, I gave it like a 7. It was alright. First 2 parts are great. Third part fell off real hard for me, and not for the reason that people. Oh, you just saying that because of this? No, it's really not because of that. Fuck y'all. Trying to lower me like that, thinking, y'all don't watch something because of that. Fuck y'all, nah. But not for real. It was alright. What else can we piss people off with? All right, no, let's not keep going. We got the show going long now.
Yeah, right. You'll be like, oh my gosh.
No, yeah. Like I said, like usual, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, follow us on YouTube. Listen to the show.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening. Yeah, thank you for listening, first of all.
Thanks for the downloads.
Thanks for the downloads. We over 200 now, so we doing pretty damn good, man.
That's the hustle. There was my catchphrase. I don't think I did that this whole thing.
I think you do it in the beginning of every episode, don't you?
Did I?
I think you did. I don't know. I'll let you know when I edit it.
All right.
This is a very flaccid ending here. Okay, let's just get in. Let's get up out of here. Till next time, I'm Brent.
This is PJ.
Have a good rest of your Friday. Have a good weekend. Have a good life. Until next time we talk to you, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.
I had to get it in one more time.